Okay, another cooking episode out in the middle of nowhere, out in the deserts. um, I ran out of sweets, so I had a box of this honey cornbread, and that comes with the mix inside. And that makes a lot of cornbread. Okay, these are pieces I just made. Basically, you do have to have an oven. So I use a toaster oven. Cost me $20 at Walmart. And then after you've cooked them, you're gonna mix your butter. I think about a half a stick would be good, and then you're going to add 3 tablespoons of honey. And I bought this in Mexico. It's a quart of honey here. Okay, I've got a few quarts. There's a guy down there I buy it from, and he sells it really cheap, $7 for all that bee honey. It's unbelievable cheap down in Mexico. So you're going to be mixing these two ingredients over the stove, melting them down, mixing them up, and then pouring it over your cornbread to give it that extra flavor. Okay. And really, they say it's supposed to use milk, but I didn't have milk because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. But you're going to also need vegetable oil. One of your cooking oils, corn oil would be good. When you mix up this batter, okay? So what I used was vegetable oil and just water. Mix that batter up, and then just put it in a cheap tin pan like this, and open up your toaster oven, stick it in there for about a half an hour, and it came out great. I mean, it is super tasty, especially after you pour over the butter and your honey mix that you've heated up, and then just pour it over that. So that's all this is. If you run out of tasties, like sweet things, and you're out in the middle of nowhere, like I say, I'm out in the middle of the desert. So I ran out of chocolate and other sweet things. So a simple thing. You should always have a little butter on hand. If you don't have honey, I would recommend it, because honey, they found honey, 2,000-year-old honey, bee honey, in King Tut's tomb. And they said it was still good. It was still good. It's a great prepper thing. Super sweet, gives you that sugar that you need. If you don't have chocolate and everything else, honey. So I've got, 2 or 3 quarts in stock, always. And butter is super cheap. Should always have a lot of this, a lot of butter. But this was only I think less than $2, and you can make a heck of a lot of cornbread with that. A lot. I've been making cornbread off of this one little box here for quite a few times. So anyway, and you should always have stocked up on vegetable oil, for cooking, frying foods, stuff like that. Get one of those containers. That'll last you a long time. Okay. that's about it on this episode. Just making a special treat here. Like I say, this came out really good. Tastes great. Now I added, they said add one egg to the mix. And because I didn't have the milk, I added 2 eggs and water instead of the milk. And it came out great. Came out really good. Put it in the toaster oven, if you have one, for about a half an hour. And yeah, it came out great. I'm loving it. I've been eating this cornbread now for 2 days. So anyway, that's about it for this episode. This is Eagle Eric signing off.